My name is Mike Brotherton and welcome to East Sussex, my UK allotment. Thank you for all those comments made by subscribers, and really it's thank you for your support. They were great. Well, I'm out of the shed now. I've stopped sulking because it doesn't do you any good, and I've wiped away the tears. I've got to start looking from the practical side. So Monday morning I did get a note through the door giving me a business card and a telephone number, which I rang, and I spoke to the contracts manager from the electric board, who was concerned he would be doing damage to my plot. I can't deny him access because he does have what's legally called away leave, but he was concerned and he wanted to cause the minimum disruption. And he informed me that he thinks that the cable is going to run underneath the compost bin. Could I move it? So on Monday morning, after I'd had this conversation, I went down onto the plot and I started to clear the compost bin. At the side of the compost bin there's open netted compost bin, which is for my leaf mould, and I also use this to throw plastic bags in there to stop them blowing away from the wind. Or I don't throw them in there, I lay them in there. But all kinds of other rubbish go in. So I also started to clear that. The evidence, when you look down at the hole that they've got there, it was going to come forward at that point, which isn't actually underneath the compost bin. It's in between that and the fruit cage. Okay, and I'd forgotten all about the compost underneath. There's the leaf mould, which that bin was full up to the top, and I think I even filled it up twice, and now it's just this 12-inch layer at the bottom, and that's valuable stuff. I had a comment previously from the dalesman who said that when I did the compost trials, it's a pity I didn't trial it against my natural compost. Well now, dalesman, I can now do that, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it with the beetroot. So I'll do the various different composts and I'll put the beetroot in there and see how it fares. So that was that. And Tuesday was the same, because I got as far as what I could on the Monday, and on Tuesday I went back down again. When I went this time, and I went pedal power, the workmen were already there. I did actually go onto the plot, but I kept well out of the way. And there was a couple of operatives and an engineer with an electronic detector, and they were going round the plot, putting the spray paint where they were getting the signal of where the cables were. And the cables were actually not underneath the compost bin. They came across at a slight diagonal line, and just reached the corner of the plot. And then they turned 90 degrees round, went along the front of the compost bin, and then when they got to the end of the compost bin, they did another right angle turn, left hand turn, and they went then following the farmer's fence down to where the switch room was, which is some distance away. So we've now located that, and I put that information onto the drawing when I got back home. I sat down and I plotted it out where it was, and so then I could then discuss this with the manager electric board on the telephone. I had moved the compost further away from where the men were working, so I could still be isolated, social isolating myself, and I completed sifting and bagging the compost. When I put this onto the drawing, I could then discuss with the manager about access, because another concern that I had was how were they going to get this big machine for excavating onto the plot. And we decided that the best way was to negotiate with the farmer, and we'd come in from the farm down that field. We'd take away his fence just for that section adjacent to the compost bill, remove that tree, and then with the machine we could then move the compost bin, and my instructions were to place it onto bed 7 where it wouldn't do any significant damage. Then the machine could then operate. It had plenty of room at its back end to move round without hitting anything, and everything was okay. And from this information I could then produce a programme. Now this is a realm that I've had plenty of experience with in construction and civil engineering. I've done some pretty big programs for power stations. This is one I quickly put together, giving me some idea of getting the plot back on the 14th of April and arriving back onto site at 4 o'clock late Friday. Found that this was the state of play. But before I show you the site as it was 4 o'clock Friday, this is my last view of the compost bin. Farewell, compost bin, you were a good friend. And talking about a big dig, this is a big dig. Well, that's it for this short video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I just want to clarify one thing up. The work that the electric board are doing is emergency work. It's not programmed works. Secondly, the cable that they're replacing, or these cables that are being replaced, were laid in 1930. So they've been there for 90, nearly getting on for 100 years. And they don't last forever. And the cables that were done January 2017, they also were laid at the same time in 1930. So I can't, this is it now. Whoever takes over this allotment, it's good for another 100 years, say. It just so happens that I've been unlucky and fallen in for this repair. But the guys and the board have been good, and I would say that they're certainly ahead of programme. Today I was going to do the potatoes in the buckets because there's nobody on site there. It's Sunday today, but I don't know. I'll just move the camera. I'll just show you. It's done nothing but shower. We're getting rain. It's bright and sunny out there, but they're quite heavy showers. I don't know if you can see the rain on the screen, but potatoes I was going to plant today are these. They're called Nadine. They're a second early, and I've grown these every year so far, and we've had quite a good success with them. We've found them reliable, but the main thing is that my wife likes them. She likes how they cook, how they taste, how they peel, and all those things. So that's the main thing. They're a good potato to have. So if you've enjoyed the video, thumbs up would be nice. If you've not already done so, please subscribe, and if you ring the bell, you'll get the latest update. And all that's left for me to do now is to say, take care, look after yourself with this coronavirus about, and hopefully if everything's okay, I'll see you next week. So, bye.